Hey everyone, so today we're going to be analysing an initial point fight in detail. So our team, which you'll see approaching on the left, is made up of Victor, Torvald, Furia, Vora and Barak. And you can see the enemy team coming in on the right. So once we're set up and the point's about to start, we'll just pause it here. And you can see that the Vora is set up on the top side flanking, Barak and Furia are holding the middle, and Torvald and Victor are on this right hand side, while the enemy team has a clump with a talus starting to extend in front, and that creates a 2-on-1 that we're about to watch from the Victor's point of view. So you can see the Torvald gets a good silence here and the Victor gets an easy kill, opening this right hand side. So if we flick to the back, you can see now that this side is open and there's a good group of 3 from the blue team. So what they should be doing is pushing into this back line and effectively rolling up the enemy team while they're focused on point. But instead what we see is that they get distracted and a bit scattered. So if we go back to Victor's point of view, they push the back a bit, then he comes back to mid, and there's some damage sprayed around without any real attempt at a kill. And you'll see this happens quite a lot throughout all of these clips. So if we just pause here again, you can see that group of 3 is now very spread out and split up. And during that time on the other side, the Vora and the Barak have been killed. So Vora pushes on Dredge and gets hit by the Abyss Spike, loses the duel. Barak is doing okay holding mid, but then pushes in because their tank gets on point, overexposes himself and also dies. And so the rest of the team's job now is basically to survive and get a kill if they can. So we're watching the Torvald and they're doing okay at least surviving. Again, damage being sprayed about a bit without too much focus. But then you'll see that just as the Vora and the Barak are starting to get back, the Torvald gets out of position too close to the enemy team and goes down. And so let's watch that Vora arrival now. So this is back a few seconds and you can see that she's pushing in on her preferred left side. She again starts spraying damage about it until she gets attacked by the Talus. But fortunately Barak arrives at the same time. Now what they should be doing here is both of them grouping up. But instead you see that the Vora pushes off to the left hand side on the Dredge again, maybe trying to get revenge. Although, to be fair, this time she does get the jump on him and does get the kill. Meanwhile, the Barak is just pushing around and putting pressure on mid. He's also not particularly focused. A couple of shots on the healer, a couple of shots on the damage. No one really at risk of dying at this point. And then you'll see that as the percentage gets close to 100, he's forced away by the cripple and then is about 1 step short of contesting the point. So that's now lost, but there's still a chance to push the enemy team. You can see a couple of them are low, and so Barak tries to get a finish, but gets distracted by the Talus, and so goes down without even trading. If we watch that all from the other side now, so you'll see the Vora push onto the Dredge on the right-hand side, while the Barak's pressuring on the left. Dredge comes running in being chased, and then goes down, and then Barak comes round the corner. And you can see the blue team's quite scattered, there's no real cohesion. And then as they get pushed back, the Vora will go down in a couple of seconds as this Talus comes around the corner. The Barak dies not long after, and then just after that you'll see Victor getting killed in the middle of the shot. So at this point it's a 4v2 and blue team's only job is to try and get out. Torvald needs to do that from the middle, and so if we flip to the other side, his best bet is to come straight back towards the camera, far away from the enemy team, and use this big empty space. But instead he gets a bit too close to the enemy Inara, gets crippled and also goes down. Just as you can see on the right hand side, the rest of the team is arriving, resulting in a really bad stagger on that one. So that's how the point fight was lost. You can see a lack of cohesion and a lack of focused damage on particular enemies that need it. Thanks and see you next time.